y'all, it's Cash. So, judging from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about sex. Yes, sex. If you know me in real life, then you know that I'm a very sex positive person. I love talking about sex, I love having sex, I love encouraging people to engage in sex if they have the capability to do so. I promote safe sex and also promote consent, because consent is sexy and mandatory. Please avoid all of this mess. I just got back from break. Classes start on Monday, so I don't have to worry about organizing my supplies and my laundry. Yeah, it's like disgusting right now. I'm very dysfunctional right now. Until Monday, so I'm pushing all of my adult responsibilities aside just to talk about sex, because sex is very, very important for me and is very liberating. So I want to talk about how I interacted with the idea of sex and also my body, right? Initially, in the beginning of my transition, I wanted to undergo HRT and also gender affirmation surgery to get the parts that matched my standard back then of being a female. And of course, I know now, you don't have to have what the medical trust would call a vagina to be a woman. You don't have to have breasts to be a woman, right? There is no universal way to be a woman. For the longest, that was how I was able to make sense of my transition. I convinced myself that I needed to undergo hormone replacement therapy in order to feel like a woman, right? But summer 2014 was the ever first time I experienced sex with a man, and it was the most liberating experience ever. And because of that, my ever first experience, I started to explore with other men, and I'm kind of at the point where, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about how people see my body. I don't care about well, like, I do care eventually. Like, I feel I will transition, but as of right now, I have no urgent desire to physically transition because I am so content with my body. I am so content with the pleasure that I've been receiving pre-HRT. And because I am very open to having sex, I'm very open to exploring with my sexuality and other people's sexuality. I I've been I've been very satisfied with my body, right? I know what I want and I need, and being able to communicate that with other people has really helped me come to terms with the idea that, like, there's nothing wrong with my body. Nothing is wrong with my body at all, right? I think a lot of the time when people talk about trans identities, we often reinforce this false narrative of being born in the wrong body, when the reality of the situation is there's nothing wrong with my body. There's nothing wrong with any trans person's body. What's wrong is the value that we attach to trans bodies, right? So because trans people are constantly being fed that, trans people are constantly being told that they're not trans enough unless they transition, I think that completely reinforces a lot of patriarchal values of how we negotiate gender identity, how we negotiate maleness, how we negotiate femaleness, how we negotiate the validity of the binary, right? So me being able to say, I love my body, I'm a woman, and I have no desire to transition because I don't see anything wrong with my body, I think is a very radical way of just, like, loving myself, right? And I think that is something that is very much needed for my transition, learning how to love myself again. And sex has definitely alleviated a lot of my depression, anxiety, and also dysphoria. um so long story short, sex was a gateway for me to embrace every physical component of my identity. If my partners are okay with me not having, right, like, a chest, me not having what the medical chest would call a vagina, then I'm fine with that. right? Because at the end of the day, all I really care about is my pleasure, my academics, my family, my friends, and as long as that's being affirmed, that's really the only thing that matters to me. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and have a great new year. A New Year's resolution of mine is to start updating y'all about my life more, just because I've been neglecting that. So I'm going to fully commit to talking about being trans more often, um, just because that's a huge part of my life, and I want YouTube to be a huge part of my life. And I'm using my platform to be informative and help radicalize trans people by loving their body one video at a time. So that being said, this is the Transgender Diary signing out. Bye.